You're watching Autour du Monde, and we visit France. Welcome on Autour du Monde. If you like our content, don't forget to like our videos and to subscribe to our channel. In this new episode of Autour du Monde, we are still in France. We'll visit Les Baux-en-Provence, Avignon, the city of the Popes, and the Gard Bridge. Our winter trip to south of France continues today with the aim of discovering the papal city of Avignon. Early in the morning, we leave our base in the city of Arles to head for Les Baux-en-Provence, our first stop of the day. Welcome to Les Baux-en-Provence, a French commune with only 264 inhabitants.
Ouais. Bouchon rouge. On m'a dit qu'elle était au bouchon rouge.
In the Alpilles mountains, Les Baux is now mainly a tourist site rather than a place to live.
Amplis de savon? Il y en a.
On se fait une petite game de Dungeons and Dragons?
J'annonce qu'il doit y avoir aussi plus de monde ici l'été qu'hiver.
It's quiet in winter, but around 1.5 million tourists visit the place every single year. So we were really lucky to have the place for ourselves, as we only came across about 100 visitors during our stay. And for English speaker, yes, Provence is also synonymous of the movie of Marcel Pagnol.
Je suis né dans la ville d'Aubagne, sous le garlaban couronné de chèvres au temps des derniers chevriers.
A famous French writer and filmmaker who is still celebrated here.
C'est un film de Pagnol qui avait été interdit, moi, comme tu dis.
Tu veux? On a retrouvé le don. Avec aucune égratignure, ajoute-toi donc.
You probably remember our drone crashing in Santorini. Well, it almost happened again in Les Baux-en-Provence. It was so windy that the drone was unable to return to its destination. But it was more frightening than harmful, as we managed to miraculously land the drone in an olive grove.
Hey, il est beau le château?
Je peux l'imaginer.
Of course, the highlight of the show is the vast fortress overlooking the town, the Château des Baux, which is now in ruins. However, the site offers spectacular view over the Sauter Plains toward Arles and the Camargue. This was not the case during our visit, but in the summer season, it is possible to take a guided tour of the medieval gardens and the castle to discover the history of the place.
Toi aussi.
Ok.
We left Les Baux-en-Provence at the end of the morning and headed for Avignon. We made a few stops along the way, as there are many interesting sights in the area. That said, if you don't make any stop, the 40-kilometer journey takes about 40 minutes. Welcome to Avignon, a city in France known through the world for its links with the papacy. And the city nickname is, in fact, the city of the popes, because it was the true heart of Catholicism from 1309 to 1423. We will come back to this later, but 7 popes and 2 Antipopes lived here during this period. That said, the city is also internationally renowned for hosting the annual Festival d'Avignon, the world's largest theater and performing arts event. But first, as we arrived and being a bit hungry as usual, like good North Americans, we couldn't resist the call of the Golden Arch.
Si tu veux un McDo, il est là. Hey, beau parking, les gars.
Sorry for the restaurant owners of Avignon, but the call of McDonald's was too strong.
Vous êtes allé à Avignon, oui, c'est une capitale gastronomique.
Oui, on vient scraper ça avec un McDo.
Ça fesse.
After eating, we headed for Avignon's main attraction, the Palais des Papes. For those who don't know, the Pope's Castle is the largest Gothic building of the Middle Ages. At the time, the place served as both a fortress and a palace. As mentioned earlier, replacing Rome and the Vatican, this place served as the papal residence for most of the 14th century, meaning that for over 100 years, Avignon was the seat of Western Christianity. It is therefore a visit to the heart of a little-known history. And it was really interesting for us because 6 conclaves were held in the Palace of Avignon. Oh, by the way, here's a little scoop. In our next video, we'll take you to Rome to witness the election of Pope Leo XIV. While the visit is well worth the detour, keep in mind that you'll need to set aside a few hours to visit the entire palace, which is very large. You should also know that the current structure is actually the result of the combination of 2 buildings, the old palace of Benedict XII and the new palace of Clement VI. The second building is said to be the result of the work of the best French architect of the time and the greatest Italian fresco painter of the Siena school. Honestly, both the palace and its garden impressed us a lot, and we highly recommend a visit if you are traveling to south of France and Provence in the near future. In addition to the Palace of the Pope and its International Theatre Festival, Avignon is also known for the famous French children's song Sur le Pont d'Avignon, or On the Bridge of Avignon, at least for those whose mother tongue is French. So we had to visit the famous bridge, not to dance in a circle as the song says, but to admire the Rhone River. And by the way, the real name of the Avignon Bridge is the Saint-Bénézet Bridge. It was completed in 1185, and at the time, it was one of the few bridges crossing the Rhone River between Lyon and the Mediterranean Sea. We left Avignon at the end of the day and headed for Remoulins, where the Pont du Gard is located, a 25-kilometer journey that takes about 30 minutes. Last stop of the day, the visit of the Bridge of the Gard, another must-see in the region.
Ça n'a aucun sens quand tu y penses. Tu dirais que c'est flambant en neuf.
This bridge is the monumental part of a Roman aqueduct of over 50 kilometers long that brought water to the city of Nîmes. It is a monumental three-level structure that was built by the Romans probably in the 1st century AD. According to the specialist, the aqueduct was in use until the early 6th century. It is definitely an exceptional structure that is well worth a visit. In fact, it is our top destination of the day.
J'espère que vous avez apprécié ce nouvel épisode d'Autour du Monde en France. Dans le prochain épisode, nous prenons la route pour un tout nouveau pays, la Suisse.